right? So if I take out the Benz, everyone knows the Benz with the star sign, right? If I cover the star sign, right, would you still know that it's a Benz? Now you now start to notice some other things. You know, you see the slickness, you see the arrogance of the Benz. You know, you see a lot of things that make it look like it's sophisticated, right? And iPhone, if you take out the logo, it still shows you a very simple and classy phone, right? So I think identity is something people intentionally have to create. Nigerians are not too intentional about that, and I think that that's very fundamental in what they do.
Right. I think like when you're saying like people aren't intentional and stuff about brand identity or like audience, it's like I feel like people tend to have like a biblical approach to marketing. Like I want to be all things to all people. I want to reach everybody, right? Like so, how exactly does someone craft a strong, intentional, specific brand identity and audience? And what are the steps that they take to do that?
I would think that the first thing to do is not just define what you want and who you want. Define what you don't want and who you don't want.
Okay.
Right. So I agree with you. That biblical approach doesn't work in marketing, where you want to be everything to everyone. And even in life, like I don't know the secret of success, but I know the secret of failure. And you know what the secret of failure is? It's trying to please everybody. If you see anybody that's trying to please everybody in his life, it never goes far.
Shout out to all my people pleasers.
Right, so it's really trying to not please everybody, right? And if you look at the biggest brands in the world, let me tell you what's funny. And I'm not shaking any table, I'm not trying to be blasphemous. You know, one of the most identified brand in the world as an individual is Jesus. I feel like if Jesus was to show up right now in 2022, like reincarnated and live the same life, you would see that Jesus wasn't the guy trying to please everyone. I mean, this is the guy that walks into a church that he didn't build, right? Brings out a whip and starts to flog people in a church he did not really build, right? That's someone who doesn't really almost care about, like what you think about him is not as important as who he really is and what his purpose is. So one of the mistakes I see people make in business is set up a business and try to make everybody in the business, right, be a part of what they do. 200 million people in Nigeria, 220 million people in Nigeria, 220 million people are not your market. You need to understand that fundamental. Take a small portion of that market that sync with your core ideology, your core product, the affordability of your product, and then you use all of those variables, right, to now create your identity, right? So it's really about sieving, right? Sieving the people. And once you can do that, like